Hello guys and welcome back. So today we are going to discuss what the Dr. Profit said, but first let's check the price of Bitcoin and what happened with one of the coins that I was talking about. I was eyeballing for long-term accumulation, but first let's see. So Bitcoin is at 65,200 and it seems to be going above the band and it should be a while. It should stay a while above it if it manages to really get above this one. So yeah, I'm not trading Bitcoin right now, but it's a very good indicator for the market. Yeah, let's check what I was eyeballing. So my style is a bit different from what other people are doing. So I'm looking coins like this demo, which had this interesting range, and if you would have seen my other videos, I was planning to buy here, but I didn't receive the salary in time, so I didn't I'm all in, so I couldn't do any moves. Sadly, that's very sad when you see stuff like this and you can't do anything. So if you were to buy here when I was talking about it, you would have had like 40, 50, 60, even if you would have sold the top 2x, if you're buying on spot. If you're leveraging, I'm not leveraging, so yeah, but you could have gotten a nice profit, and just in a few days, because I was talking somewhere about this, somewhere around here. So I like to find obscure coins that nobody talks about them, and to just do my thing, my own thing. Many people are against that, and they're just going with the flock, and yeah, it's just my style. So that was just a side note. Now let's go in the main topic of today, which is from Dr. Profit. So Bitcoin, what's next? The big Sunday report, all we need to know. Psychological breakdown, the old man's punch. This week is very important, so we can finally understand if the old man's punch will hit or fail. And each result leads to two great results. So yeah, each result. And let me explain further. Bitcoin is right now trading at 65,200, exactly where we are now, and the area of 65,400 is very interesting one, and is just $200 away from the current levels, because it's a significant resistance zone where a lot of selling happened in recent weeks. So what do I mean? And in avoidance of any misunderstandings, it does not mean that if we see a candle week or something above 65,400, it doesn't not matter much. So as you can see, in the recent weeks we broke out above it several times, but each time it was a fake out. So yeah, let's see. $64,500. So 65,500, we went one time here and one time here. So yeah, basically two times. So the third time might it be lucky. So as you can see, the recent weeks we broke out. Yeah, the green line is at 65,400. This is the green line. In case we break out, we can have a party later on. A breakout would mean that the second very strong resistance in this bear market was broken, and there are 2-3 more key resistance zones ahead: 77, 78 and 83. So it basically means if we break out above 65,400, can see several weekly closes above the doors for 77, 78 will open. So he says, I am position not waiting. And no matter what the chart says or giving confirmation or not, I know many people that like to watch and wait confirmations. And how many times you had your confirmations and your buy signals started to flash green, and it was always way too late. This one is right. You have to DCA. That's the best thing if you are long-term trading. So that's not my style of playing. My style is finding obscure stuff that does some sort of pattern and nobody talks about. So regarding that, I am positioned, and I said many times I have prepared my buying plan 65-45k. All my purchases are shared in real time in premium, of course. Every single purchase, every single DCA I do. So, but the accumulation started between 45-64, 54-64, and I am looking forward to accumulating more Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some altcoins that will be shared, of course, on premium only. So the fear has switched sides. The biggest fear right now is on the side of stablecoin holders. The fear of missing out is bigger than the fear of new big crash. Yes, this is true. The more people realize that, the faster and more aggressive the accumulation goes, and the higher the prices continue to rise. No one wants to hold stablecoins and lose versus Bitcoin when it goes up. So the risk is clearly sitting on one side right now. The greedy ones who bet on the one last leg down, taking the risk of missing out or buying early, versus those who take the risk and of one last leg down, but certainly know things will go in their favor in the next few months. So one side is fighting for a percent of better entry. The other side is positioned for the entire next cycle. So yeah, it makes sense what he said. And if you cannot wait the bottom, you cannot. That's idiots tactic, and it's greedy idiots who are doing this. So right now I was a bit early investing, so I invested right after 10th October, and it kept going down in alts. So I'm the opposite of the greedy ones, I guess. So the 2024 box is doing exactly what I said it would. And let me remind everyone something I wrote long before anyone was thinking about it. Back in 2024, when Bitcoin spent entire year in the box between 58 and 74, I said repeatedly that this box had three main purposes. The most important one was drawing out the future reference line for the next bear market of 2026. Even I gave the exact year back then. I said many times that 2024 would play a key role during the 2026 bear market. Okay, that's interesting actually. So, and look where we are. Bitcoin is forming a bottom exactly inside the 2024 box, exactly in the price region I marked 2 years in advance. The current sideways region, the fake outs at 65,400, the accumulation zone between 64.54. All it is playing out inside the structure I called in 2024. The same box that built the 2024 accumulation, is now building the 2026 bottom formation. So what happens if we get rejected? So what happens if we get rejected once again in the current level of the green line, getting rejected at current levels? And I believe that Bitcoin will aim for 61,500 area very quickly, and there is continued potential down to 54k, and this is why it's important to watch the current zone and understand that bottoms don't form within days or weeks. Sometimes it even takes multiple months to have bottom formation completed, but anyone without patience will not understand, of course. Yeah, you know, he's he's right on what he's saying. You know, you have to have patience, and you also have to have patience to listen to what, you know, to everything what he says in order to make sense. And everyone who knows my strategy already understood that my buying order is between 54 and 64, and this is the bottom formation range. So calendar this week: CPI inflation Wednesday, August 12th, is the key event of this week. The first major inflation print since worse hawkish FOMC, and the week jobs report with market pricing hike risk instead of cuts. Any upside surprise in CPI pressures the markets. PPI follows Thursday, August 13, no FOMC until September 16th. So the market trades those prints without Fed guidance in between. So this is what he says. So it's like ping pong basically. Old man punch. So it means it's going to be smaller downside here. Yeah, old man hitting the ball means that it's going to go just a little bit. It's going to be very interesting to see. Of course, let me know what you think in the comment section. And are you DCAing? Are you looking for obscure coins like me, or are you going with the flock for the big ones? And you know, both are valid strategies depending on your, you can actually do both at the same time. So that's it. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys, and see you in the next one.